Hello TL Travelers, and welcome back to the TL Travel YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are returning, hello, welcome back. Today we are talking about 5 tips to planning stress-free travel. And for someone who travels for a living, I can tell you right now, there's some pretty good tips to have, and these 5 tips are pretty much what keep me sane. So stick around and yeah, let's get started. So my first tip for planning for stress-free travel is to just think ahead. It's always a good idea to go online, do a little bit of research, maybe ask some friends who've been there before what there is to see and do, and figure out in your head exactly what you want to accomplish while you're there. You can still be the type of traveler who shows up and, you know, travels on a whim and doesn't make any plans ahead of time if that's the kind of traveler that you are, but it's always a good idea to at least have an idea in your head of what you're hoping to accomplish so that you know right away whether or not the time frame that you've given yourself is going to be enough to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. It's definitely no fun stressing out and trying to jam pack 20 activities into 3 days. No bueno. My second tip for stress-free travel is to pick your luggage accordingly. So think about the type of trip that you're going on and then decide on your luggage based on what kind of luggage is going to make the most sense for that type of travel. For example, if you are going somewhere where you're going to be going to a lot of big events and you want to have a variety of clothing options and shoes and outfits and all those kinds of things, and you're just going to be staying in nicer hotels or resorts and not traveling around too much, then maybe a larger suitcase that can hold all that kind of stuff with wheels to wheel through the airport is going to be perfect for you. But if you are the type of traveler who is going to be backpacking around a bit or doing a lot of short haul flights or train travel and whatnot, maybe a backpack is going to be better for you. My third tip, and this is one that has always been super important to me, especially because I have my own business and work from home, is never leaving things outstanding before you go. Make sure that all of your responsibilities, whether you have bills to pay or payments to make, any of those kinds of things are wrapped up before you leave. And then when you get there and you get to your vacation spot, you don't have to be worrying about what's going on at home. And if you're going for a longer trip or maybe traveling through the winter, lining someone up to come by and check on your house, water your plants, maybe shovel your driveway if it's gonna snow, those kinds of things will just add to the joys of a stress-free vacation. My fourth trip is a big one, and it is one that I advise to all of my travelers, whether they are traveling solo or it's a trip that I have planned for them, is to have a little bit of an emergency fund available to you. So if I'm talking to someone who I have planned a trip for and it's a TL travel trip that they're going on, this emergency fund would be more so for if there's an extra activity that they maybe thought that they didn't want to do, but then they arrived and decided, hey, no, I really do want to try this out. And then you're not sort of trying to move money around and nickel and dime to try and figure out a way to do that activity. You just have that money set aside for instances like this where you can do a little something extra to enjoy your vacation all that much more. And then for travelers who are not on a TL travel trip necessarily, but are just traveling solo or are out there traveling already, this emergency fund would be if you, say, arrived at a destination and you were going to get on a train that Google told you was $40, but then when you go to pick up your ticket, it's $60, or you get scammed on the price of your taxi ride to and from the airport because, let's face it, this happens in a lot of different countries. Or maybe you arrive at a hotel that you picked out online and you get there and no refunds are available, but it's not exactly what you thought it was gonna be. This emergency fund allows you to remedy that situation, go get another room, get the train ticket anyways. And although it does suck a little bit having to spend a little bit more money than you were hoping to, it's not going to be the kind of thing that ruins your vacation. And my fifth and final tip for planning stress-free travel is just seeing the positives in negative situations. And this one, I know people have probably told you this a million times, and I use this, you know, in everyday life to keep myself sane, but when you're traveling, emotions can run high and things go wrong, and that's just kind of how it is. That's just the nature of travel. And if you're gonna be the kind of person who a negative thing happens and you dwell on it and you let it ruin your vacation, then it will. But if you seize the opportunity to take that negative situation and turn it into a positive experience or look at it as a new and exciting adventure, then you're bound to have a much better trip overall. So that is it for me today and my 5 tips to stress-free travel. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we post new travel content every Thursday and Sunday from all around the world, and I know you don't want to miss it. So until next time, stay great and travel safe. Bye!